Hello, my crafty friends. Well, today I have a very easy one-sheet wonder template that I want to share with you. And you can create 4 different cards with this template. Hi, it's Lynn Dunn from Stamptastic Designs. Thanks so much for joining me today. In this episode of Stamptastic TV, I have 4 different card ideas that I want to share with you, which feature a very simple one-sheet wonder template. So this template can be used with any 6x6 inch piece of pattern paper that you have on hand, but I am going to be using one of the pattern papers from the iconic Celebration Designer Series paper pack. And I will also be featuring the More Than Autumn bundle from Stampin Up. So this particular bundle is more than autumn. You can use it to create all sorts of cards, but we're going to focus on autumn themed cards today. So besides the stamp set, this bundle also has a coordinating die set. It is one of my favorite bundles in the new holiday mini catalog. It just creates some adorable little cards. So let me show you how I created the layouts for all 4 of these cards. Okay, so first let's talk about how to cut up the 6x6 inch piece of pattern paper. So I just have a piece of pattern paper from the iconic Celebration Designer Series paper pack. It's pretty much non-directional, so I can cut this any way that I want to. I don't have to pay attention to the direction of my pattern. So the first thing you're going to do is just cut off a 1-inch strip. So I'm going to line this up here at 5, and I'm just going to make a 1-inch cut here. So you're going to take this 1x6 inch piece, and you're just going to cut it in half. So we're going to cut it at 3 inches. So these 2 pieces will be used to create one of the cards. Then you're going to take this remaining piece, which is 5 by 6 inches, and we're going to be cutting down the 6-inch side. We want the 6-inch side at the top. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut this at 3 3/4 inches. And that will leave us with a piece that is 2 1/4 by 5. So we're going to keep this for one of the cards. And then we're going to take this remaining piece. It's 3 3/4 inches long here. And we're just going to turn it to the 5-inch side. And we're going to cut it at 3 inches. And this will give us 2 pieces that we can use for the 2 additional cards. So one piece is 3 3/4 by 3, and the other piece is 3 3/4 by 2. Okay, so these are the pieces that we have from our one-sheet wonders. So each of these 3 pieces will be used on 3 separate cards, and then these 2 little pieces, which are 1 by 3 inches, they will be used on 1 card. So we have all of our pieces cut to start creating the layouts. Okay, so let's create all the layouts first. We're going to start with these little 1 by 3 inch pieces. And so for this first layout, I'm just going to adhere these pieces to each side of this card front. Next, I have the 2 by 3 3/4 inch piece. And this one, we are going to adhere to the left side. So we're just going to adhere this right here. Next, we will use the 2 1/4 by 5-inch piece. And this one, we are going to make a portrait style card. So I'm just going to adhere it right off this right side. And then this last card layout just features the 3 by 3 3/4 inch piece. And I just have a little scrap piece of early espresso cardstock that I'm just going to adhere to the left side of this piece. Okay, so those are the layouts for the 4 different cards just using the designer paper. So now I'm just going to add some early espresso cardstock and some chrome cake cardstock just to create a few different layers on each of these cards. So for this first card, I have a 3 1/4 by 2 3/4 inch piece of early espresso cardstock. So I'm just going to adhere that right in the center. Next, I'm going to add a 3 by 2.5 inch piece, and we're just going to offset these two a little bit. Then for this next layout, I'm going to start with a 3.5 by 3.5 inch piece of early espresso cardstock, and I'm just going to put that right in the center between these two little pieces of pattern paper. Next, I'm going to add a 3 by 4.25 inch piece of crumb cake cardstock. For this next layout, I have a 2.25 by 4 inch piece of early espresso cardstock. And then I have a 2.75 by 3.5 inch piece of crumb cake cardstock. And for this last layout, I have a 2.5 by 3.75 inch piece of early espresso cardstock and a 2.75 by 3 inch piece of crumb cake cardstock. Okay, so here are the 4 different layouts with the pattern paper and with the cardstock layers. So now let's decorate them. And voila! We have them all decorated. The magic of TV. So I really just wanted to share the layouts with you and just kind of walk you through how to cut the designer paper and how to create the different cardstock layers. If you would like the full tutorial for creating these cards, then you can certainly download the printable tutorial. You can find the link in the description below this video. Okay, so there you go. Now you have a very simple one-sheet wonder template that you can use to create 4 different cards. And the best thing about this template is you can use any supplies you have on hand. And if you enjoyed these card ideas, feel free to download the printable tutorial. You can find the link in the description below this video. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by liking it and sharing it with your friends. And leave me a comment below to let me know what you enjoyed most about the video and the cards shared here today. Have a fun and creative day, my friends. Take care.